Yo, what's going on, bro? What's going on, sis? What's going on, human being? How are you doing? My name is Zachary Valle. This is going to be the part 2 of a video that I made already. Just get straight into it. Mental health. That's the title, something along those lines. And I kind of just want to talk about it because well, I didn't have the best night last night. I fought a battle. I cried. I let out my emotions. ChatGPT'd it. I felt however I had to feel. Today is a better day, so I'm here able to talk about it. But nonetheless, I got this lingering on me. And I want to talk about it because that is how I get through my problems. I gotta talk about them. You don't always have to understand them, but you have to talk about them. Mental health is a real thing. I've never put it like this, so this will be the first time I really talk about this on camera. A lot of times I feel invisible. I guess that's the best word I could find to put it. A lot of times I feel like nobody understands or sees the pain that I'm going through. Sometimes I feel like I'm all by myself, and nobody truly knows me. That is a tough pill that I've swallowed throughout the duration of my life. At least when I have these high, intense moments of feeling them. It is confusing for me because I don't always feel like this. And if I'm being honest, if you know me in real life, I'm very purpose-driven. I've always known what I wanted to do in my life. And I've always done it. I've always worked towards it. I'm not going to say that I'm the most successful financially, or that I am the most, or that I'm the closest to the goals that I have. But I've set out to achieve stuff, and I've achieved it time and time again. It may not be on this scale that I've always dreamed it to be, but nonetheless, I've done a lot, and I'm proud of myself for it. And I find deep purpose and meaning in doing stuff like that. I feel on top of the world. However, sometimes though, I'll just be 100, man. Like I don't know why I'm doing stuff, or I don't know if it's worth it, or I don't know if I'm worthy enough to do it. I don't know a lot of stuff. I question a lot of things sometimes. And it's a direct attack against everything that I put into the world and I talk about. It's your brain knows you the best, and I find it very easy to tear everything that I built down in my mind sometimes when I feel those feelings of being lonely. A lot of times it happens to me in social settings. It happens to me after I have a conversation with somebody or something along those lines, and I don't say everything that I feel, or maybe I don't feel like they understood what I was saying. That's kind of when I get those feelings. I was talking to a friend yesterday about God and beliefs, and I couldn't help but tell him I don't know what exactly I believe in. I don't know exactly what religion I am, or if I have a religion. And he was asking me these questions like, do you want to have one? Do you like, portray yourself as a certain religion and stuff like that? He, is a certain religion. He knows what he is, and all of that beautiful stuff. I just don't. I know I have a relationship with God, but it's hard for me to categorize it under a religion. And he was trying to encourage me, saying like, bro, you should try to read the Bible. You should try to this and that if you want to. Then me and my brother can help you get into it. Now, I went to church before, Christian, Catholic church. I went to a mosque, and a buddy of mine was also with us, and when he was answering the question, he put it like, I take something from everything, and it's hard for me to. He didn't say that. He didn't say it was hard for him, but he just said he doesn't really classify as anything. That he takes something from everything, and that everything kind of makes sense. While these religions put it in a way that makes sense. I guess I feel the same way. Nonetheless, though, it led to this feeling of like not knowing who I am or not knowing what I believe. It kind of opened up a seed that lays deep down within me. I was first aware of this feeling of being invisible when I was 14. I'm 20 now. I turned 21 in August. It is May 25th, 2026, and I wanted to make this video because last night sucked. I was crying, and I was going through it, and I felt lost. I felt invisible. I felt like misunderstood. I felt like I couldn't cry to nobody about it. I felt like burdened with something, and I didn't know how to process it necessarily. Like I did, I cried. That's not a bad thing. You got to do that. But nonetheless, I didn't talk about it with anybody, and I really like ChatGPT. I don't know how healthy that is in the grand scheme of things. It's not an actual person, but if you have ChatGPT anything in your life, you'll see that well, sometimes he can give you really good answers, and sometimes it can seem, like a real person. And in those moments when you have nobody and you feel like you can't talk to nobody, and you got a ChatGPT in your phone, I felt like it wasn't a bad idea, and I actually, for some reason, got really good responses, and it made me kind of like, it helped, even if it only helped a little bit. Yeah, nonetheless, bro, I proceeded to kind of have like an okay morning, not a good morning, I didn't wake up on time. I beat my shit. Just didn't wake up how I wanted to wake up, bro. But nonetheless, I finally did wake up at a time that I never wake up at, and I cleaned up. I did my laundry, and I started getting back on track, because that's all we can do is get back up. It's just this time I want to get back up, and I want to try new things. I know deep down that's what my intuition is telling me. I feel like my soul is screaming for something new. And I've done a lot of new things this year. Don't get it wrong, but there's something missing, something I'm not doing. There's something in me that feels like it needs to be harnessed and done, and I don't know, I just feel like I'm not tapping into something, and it's like I believe I know what I want to do with my life. I want to achieve these goals I have, and have fun and enjoy myself while doing it, and like even today I get flashes of like feeling good. Like today, I'm like I had some moments where I felt really good, whether I was listening to a beat or, like right now I was just at Starbucks making music, and then before that I was at Barnes & Nobles, and I was reading this book called Fuck It. I didn't buy the book, I didn't even end up reading it a lot, but I opened it nonetheless, and I read a little bit of it, and I like the concept, kind of just saying fuck it, all those things, at the end of the day, fuck it, yeah, I didn't have the best night last night. Yeah, it went how it went. Yeah, I woke up and I did the deed that I'm not proud of doing, because I kind of want to have actual experiences and stuff. But fuck it, at the end of the day, fuck it. Like, it is what it is. That's kind of how how the book was going, pretty much just saying like, you know, fuck it. And you gotta let go. You know, you just gotta let go of stuff. You know, you gotta let go of people's opinions. You gotta let go of all of it. You know, I love my brothers, and I had a good conversation with my brother last night. I know he didn't mean what he was saying out of a place of this or that, but sometimes you just gotta say fuck it and live your life for you. I know I believe in God. I know God is with me. You know, and I know to take care of my mental health, I need to voice myself more, and I need to talk to people about how I'm feeling. You know, I have a lot of friends and a lot of people I care and trust, but sometimes it's hard, man. If you know, you know. It's not easy all the time to talk about what you're going through, bro. You know, especially when it's something that you feel like I don't know, you've given so much power to. You know, it's like you feel like, I don't know, scared to talk about it, scared to heal from it. You know, it's familiar and it feels like a battle that's always gonna be there. But at the end of the day, I know I'm not invisible. I know my death would hurt a lot of people. That was the thing that came up for me last night as well. I can't help but feel this feeling of if I died, then everybody would understand. Then maybe that they would see my pain. You know, that kind of thought. You know, if you know, you know. I don't think a lot of people. I mean, I'm not gonna say I don't think a lot of people have that, but I haven't really spoke to anybody about that specifically. You know, because that really like enhances my pain. You know, when I start thinking about my death, it's not like I'm actually contemplating suicide. You know, I don't want to kill myself. I don't want to do that to my family. I don't even want to do that to myself. It doesn't even sound like anything I genuinely want to do. It's more or less the concept of feeling like I'm finally recognized, or feeling like somebody, like people finally see me. You know, it's a deep sense of feeling like I don't belong, I guess, underneath everything that it is that I do. And it's not always there. It's not always something that I deal with, I guess, on a day-to-day basis. You know, a lot of days I feel like I do know exactly who I am and why I get up every morning and do what I do. But, you know, those days come, and sometimes I feel the exact opposite. It's like the devil knows exactly where to hit me. And it hits me in the place where it makes me feel like I don't know who I am. I don't know why I'm here. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know if I'm worthy of what I'm trying to accomplish. I don't know all these things, you know? And it hurts, man. You know, it hurts. You know, I've done a lot for myself this year. I've been productive. I've been doing a lot of stuff, you know? But nights like those come. And sometimes in the grand scheme of things, I think, you know, bad about myself. I think I'm not doing enough. I think I'm not, you know, working hard enough. I think I'm not staying consistent enough, and that's why I'm feeling like this or feeling like that. And once again, you know, I'm learning that you gotta just be like, fuck it, bro. You know, fuck it. It's okay. It's like the faster you let go of these thoughts of negativity and these thoughts of feeling like you don't belong, or you're not worthy, or you're not this, you're not that. The faster you get rid of those feelings, you know, and let them go, the quicker you can, you know, think about what does matter, you know, healing. Like, yes, bro, I do feel invisible sometimes. And I'm not saying let it go as in terms of like, you know, not deal with it, you know. I'm saying last night I had a bad night, okay? Yes, there's no doubt about it, you know. But the only way I'm going to get through it is by getting up today and trying to understand why it is that I have those days. That's why I'm making this video. That's why I'm on here talking, you know. I deal with array of issues, you know, money problems, you know, family problems, you know, all type of stuff. But at the end of the day, you know, I'm blessed, man. I have a nice, you know, nice life, man. I have a good life. You know, I'm not where I want to be in every goal, you know. I've had to mourn the loss of a lot of things. My life has changed drastically within the last couple years, you know. Every year, every other month is like a big change. I feel like it's been like that for the last couple months, last couple years, you know. But I'm blessed though, you know. They're not bad changes. They're not changes that I didn't, you know, make. I mean, sometimes I didn't decide them, of course. Sometimes they were things that I didn't want to change, but I'm here nonetheless, you know. And I'm getting on here because I know that this is who I am, you know. there are days, once again, like last night, where I feel lost, I feel invisible, I feel like this, I feel like that. And these are things that I genuinely have to pay more attention to. You know, things that I genuinely probably will begin to have conversations about. I am going to upload this video. There's so many videos I have that I film, but I don't put them out. You know, and for this reason specific, because I want to be more open and I want to solve this problem, these underlying issues. I'm going to share this moment with the world, because at the end of the day, bro, once again, if you know me, you know what I stand for, you know where I come from, you know. And even if you don't know all of that, you know, all you really need to know is my name is Zachary Valle. I believe in myself. I believe in God. I believe in my ability to help the world. I want to impact and change the world. And I want to help as many people as possible. I don't know the answer to everything. Not at all. And I feel like that in itself is such a tool from God. It allows me to relate to the man, to the woman who feels invisible, who feels like they're not worthy, or sometimes feels like they can't do this or feels like they can't do that. They feel powerless to certain things. They feel like it's not within them, or they feel like they keep going backwards. I have the ability to reach those people just as you do. You know, at the end of the day, we may not realize it, but our greatest weaknesses sometimes can play and be our biggest strengths. They can play to our advantage, you know, but we have to see it like that. Yes, I'm going through a lot of things, you know. Yes, I had a bad night last night. Yes, I want to be a leader, and nights like those make me feel like I'm not, or I'm not leading, or I'm not doing this. But then moments like these where I get up and I say, you know, I'm not perfect, but I'm here and I'm alive, and God still has me here for a reason. And those moments like these, that's who I am, you know. That's what I define myself as, you know. Being a leader, you know, it doesn't mean that you're going to be perfect all the time. Being a human being does not mean you're going to be perfect all the time. It doesn't mean that you're going to do the right thing every time. It's okay, brother. You got to get up and you got to keep going, you know, and you have to take care of your mental health. You know why? Because these people, the ones you care about, they can't stand to see you kill yourself. They can't stand to fathom that death. You know what I'm saying? Death is going to come anyways, okay? You know, you're eventually not going to be here one day, you know? And I don't say it to scare you. And I don't say that, I don't bring up the death stuff to like throw it in the air so loosely. I don't mean it like that. I'm just being honest when I say I think of death often, you know, and I think of how I'm going to be remembered, stuff like that. And sometimes you just gotta let go of it, and you have to just be like, you know, fuck it, it's okay. I'm going to live my life right now, because at the end of the day, anything that's worth living for is worth dying for. And if you have things that you believe in, if you want to be somebody in life, whatever it is, you know, be a specific strong person that you envision yourself as, you want to be that, you know, you have to start today, you know. Like, yeah, I didn't have the best morning, but I'm having a good afternoon. I'm here. My eyes look low. I feel tired a little bit. You know, I already got to go to bed. Gotta wake up early. But that's okay. I'm blessed. There's experiences in front of me. There's things that I have to look forward to. And that's what life is about, man. You know, it's hard sometimes to see the light on the other side. It's hard to have hope sometimes. But it's everything that you think in life is worth it. That's what you have to keep your focus on, you know. That's what you have to keep your focus on. People need you, man. They need you, okay? You have to take care of your mental health, you know. I share this and all of this to say, you know, I love you, and I get. I share all this to say, you know, I love you. I'm not necessarily there right next to you, and it might not feel as personal as I'd like it to feel, but you know, I know you felt something here, okay? If you're still here, I know you felt something of what I'm talking about, and for that reason, you know, get up and do something for your mental health, you know. If you want to experience life more, if you feel like you're not living enough, then you need to get out there and live, man. You know, I used to say, I had a song. If you know me, you know I made music. I had a song called Scared of Nothing. Shout out everybody that knows that song. It's a really good song, actually. But the way I phrased it, the way I phrased it back then, it's not that I don't believe in what I was saying, but I just want to give it a new meaning, a new different way to look at it. The song's called Scared of Nothing, and in the song I say that I'm scared of nothing. I don't believe that to be true at all anymore. I get scared often. I get scared probably every day. Last night I was scared of breaking down in front of the homies. Sometimes I get scared of, I'm scared of a lot of stuff. I'm scared of confrontation. I don't like to argue with people. I'm scared, like I can confront a person, okay? But I'd be lying to say I don't get nervous. I'd be lying to say I can do it as simple as breathing. There's a lot of things that scare me, It's okay to be scared, You gotta walk through it. If you weren't scared, you wouldn't be able to be brave. I'm a brave, courageous leader. I know this. And you can only be those things by being scared at one point. You know what I'm saying? You can only learn to be a leader and learn to talk about your feelings and learn to live life by doing the opposite at one point and feeling like you want better and different for your life. Sorry. I tend to make very long videos, but nonetheless, I'm gonna put this out. I love you, man. Just keep going, don't stop. It's not always easy, but it is simple, don't believe everything you think. Last night, these feelings of me telling myself I'm invisible and stuff like that, I knew they weren't true, but I fed into them, and it's okay to feel stuff, but you gotta come down to earth, and you have to realize, like this thing right here can be your biggest strength or your biggest weakness, and it's up to you and how you use it. You can change your life right now. That life you want is just one thought away. It's just one action away. It might not seem like it, but it is so true. It is so true. You just do one thing and then you do another thing and then you do another thing. You don't have to think about it's 15 steps from now. You think about the first one that you take. My mama always tells me, she just told me today, life is one step at a time. Sometimes it's baby steps. And we always say stuff like that, right? But it goes past our heads sometimes. You have to really think about it. A baby step. A baby step. Today I woke up, didn't feel good, but I took a baby step, did the laundry, made food, took these baby steps, took a shower, a cold shower, took these baby steps, and they're little things, but man, bro, they build up, they accumulate. I love you, bro. Fuck it. Take the chance, take the risk, live the life, just do it. It's not always easy, but you have to do it. You might be scared to talk about something. Talk about it. You might be scared to go up to this person. Go up to him. It's okay to be scared. It's okay to feel lonely. It's okay to feel thoughts of negativity and doubt. You have to get up and you have to you have to punch that shit in the mouth. You know what I'm saying? You have to punch that shit in its shit. That's the best way I could put it. This is hope right here. This is hope, okay? This is faith. This is God. This is everything that's going against this. You know what I'm saying? You gotta fight back. Don't stop fighting. Don't give up. I love you.